and welcome to the Kendo UI Q2 2025 webinar.
I am so excited. Welcome, everyone. This is our rough agenda for the day in case there's certain topics that you want to hop in and out for. But we're going to hit up Angular first, and then I'll pass it over to Catherine for design. And then later we'll do React, jQuery, and Vue updates. Outside of our product, the actual framework Angular had updates, I believe it was last week that V20 dropped. And so I wanted to go ahead and highlight some things that were added, stabilized, etc. So the signals were stabilized, effect link signals and toSignal are now officially stable. They've been moved from developer preview. Zoneless, however, has been added into developer preview, and a lot of devs I've already heard giving feedback on loving Zoneless and how light it is and how fast it is. Incremental hydration and route level rendering have been moved to stable, and there are some big dev tools upgrades as well. DCC, or Dynamic Component Creation, the API for that has been upgraded this release, as well as some experimentation with V-Test. So check out, I wrote a blog post, it's very magic themed, but there's also, of course, the Angular team's official release announcement and release video. So check those out if you're interested in more about Angular V20 goodness. But now for Kendo UI. Lest I forget the very last bullet point, there is a request for comments open for a new Angular mascot. And so if you go to the Angular GitHub and you go to the discussions tab, it'll be the very one at the top, the only one that's currently open right now. So you can vote on what mascot you like. But
number two, what are you voting for?
I was going to say, during these slides, you might get a little bit of an idea of what number 2 is, because I may or may not have AI generated him all over the place. So I'm very biased. But let's dive into, so that was everything for the Angular framework itself. But let's dive into our product, Kendo UI, and some of the updates that we have this release for Q2. And so there he is, the little guy. This is more of a chibi form of him. He is, though I think all of the 3 mascot options are very chibi looking. But the anglerfish is very, I don't know, I feel like we could use more fish in our ecosystem. So
I don't know why I didn't see angularfish coming, but I did not.
You did not. I know.
You did not make the mental connection. That's clever. I do like that. Sorry, go ahead.
So let's talk about some of the updates for Kendo UI this Q2. The grid got quite a number of updates, and we actually have a lot of AI news to get to. So forgive me if we're brief on any of these, but I'm just gonna breeze through some of the features that were updated on the grid. We got built-in state management, and this is for sessions, settings and preferences across sessions. And so it provides this state management functionality that allows you to save and restore whether they leave the page or come back. So it saves things to a current state field. Reload the saves preferences whenever with a load state method. Easily revert and reapply changes with an undo or redo. The grid also now has multiple range selection, provides with multiple interaction options to select rows. So I think I have all of those highlighted, where you can select a single row, multiple rows, checkbox only selection, select all checkboxes, multiple row selection with control or command keys, and disabling the selection for specific rows if you need to. So that was another grid update. And then we also got some toolbar editing tools. All of these should have links to the direct, whether it's the documentation or the demo in the docs that you can play around with. So that's what the links are at the top if you want to go check those out. The Angular grid now provides built-in directives that allow you to implement editing capabilities for the component through dedicated toolbar tools, as you can see below. And then I think on the next one with row spanning, yes. The row spanning feature of the Kendo UI for Angular Grid now enables you to span the cells in a particular column over multiple rows. And so setting cell row span property to the desired column will enable it to span consecutive grid cells. And it also allows you to customize the default behavior of the row spanning functionality. This one's pretty cool. Seamless across all devices is what I'm calling this one. So you can see in the GIF, it's actually like the grid is more responsive now. It includes adaptive editing, smarter form components, and a responsive pager that ensures usability on any screen size. I think I broke some of these down a little bit because it's like a lot. This is one that I wanted to kind of go further into. And again, if you go to Kendo Angular UI and then in the grid component, styling and appearance, under adaptiveness, you can play around with this and even like change the code. For this guy, he's really cool. I'm going to back up and show that again. But you can basically see what the controls look like on different screen sizes. It's very nifty. But yes, the following grid tools support adaptive rendering for transforming appropriately based on the available space. So yeah, as we saw. But that's not all as far as responsiveness or adaptiveness. When adaptive mode is enabled, the editing pop-up automatically adjusts its layout and presentation based on the screen size. So you can see here 2 different screen sizes and just how customizable, how adaptive the grid is to shrink to that new size and still be usable. There are also breakpoints in adaptive mode. The grid component automatically adapts to the current screen size and changes. Oh, right, we went over that one, but there we go. If you click on edit, there's my GIF. You can see in both that it now has this modal that pops up, fills the screen. I'm going to actually go back and like redo the GIF. Here we go. We got this. There we go. So, and it fills the screen for the edit, which, as you can imagine, whenever you're like typing on your phone, is much more handy for editing specific tiny cell fields in a grid. And then here is the edit modal on the desktop as well. Whenever you select a row, click edit. And
That's really sharp. Yeah,
I know.
it's looking good.
I'm like, oh, it's very. There's kind of a polished release. You know, some things have been. Codemods, however, this is so for those maybe new, CLI is just a migration tool. But this one is designed to take the pain out of upgrading to new Kendo UI for Angular versions. I do want to warn you, this is only for V18 or V19, but it's still early. But the team is working actively right now on supporting older versions as they continue to invest in the upgrade experience. So check those out if either of those are versions that you need to migrate from. And again, that's in the docs at Components Installation Migration Assisted Migration.
I do appreciate your fish pun there. And another one. Double whammy.
Because I don't know, like the other number 1 is winning right now, not number 2. And I just really, it's like the shield, the Angular shield in chibi form. And I'm like, come on, we need a fish. It's so cute. So
that's not a mascot. That's a logo.
I'm trying to drive home the fish. Come on, guys. We can do it. Go vote today. Every vote matters. Material 3, yes. We now feature an updated material theme that aligns with Google's latest Material 3 design guidelines. Lots of fish puns. Wow, I just really went dyslexic on that word. So you have enhanced spacing, updated colors, polished interface, and I think, I was gonna say we have one more big update. Our OTP input, one-time password, fully customizable. This new component supports various input types, different styling options, disabled, read-only modes, and more. I think I do have the GIF running right now, so you can see just as you type, and it smoothly just like works. It's really pretty. I like it. So a very nice upgrade to your forms, and it supports number, password, and text. So, oh yeah, keyboard accessible, fully customizable. And I think, did we highlight? Yeah, I think I already highlighted that one earlier. So quick recap on just the features that we covered in Angular with the code mods that you can try, our adaptive grid and other grid enhancements that we have, Material 3, as well as the OTP component.
I'm going to kick off talking about both the design and the KendoReact stuff. If you haven't met me, my name is Catherine Grayson Nance. I'm the senior DevRel for both of those things. So we're kicking off starting with design. Alyssa touched on this briefly. We do have the updated Material 3 theme that's rolling out across all of our component libraries. That it's not, Angular or React or anything specific. You'll get that across the board. So again, if you're looking to bring yourself and your app up to speed with Material 3, you can now do that out of the box. You'll see it automatically if you're using like ThemeBuilder. That will be an option. You will note if you're not using our Q2 2025 release, you get the drop down in ThemeBuilder. It says, what do you want to work with? If you're using anything older, you'll still be starting with Material 2. If you're starting with our Q2 2025 brand new stuff, you'll start with Material 3. If you want to upgrade to use the latest and greatest components, but you're still feeling Material 2 in your heart, you can do that. We have it available as a swatch. So just an easy way for you to kind of maintain. It will still be Material 3 under the hood, but with a swatch, you can get everything basically retrofitted to look Material 2. So no need to blow everything up if you don't want to. But Material 3 does have some lovely UX and consistency upgrades, so recommended if you're able to make the jump. We also got lots of AI-related page templates and building blocks in our gallery. So if you have access to those, which you should, I believe, with a subscription license, then you have our range of page templates, which are basically pre-built pages you can drop into your app. Easy peasy, we made them for you. Get in there, swap in your company name, and call it a day. Could not be easier. And building blocks, which are the same, but just like smaller kind of sets of commonly used components. So things like a login modal or a carousel or a photo gallery, just to make building things a little bit faster and easier. So we've added some new pieces there, like a welcome screen, a text editor, a conversation kind of back and forth, as well as an AI monitoring dashboard. So if you are building AI-powered or AI-related applications, just go grab those. Makes it even easier. Possibly even easier than asking AI to generate those things for you, because they're already there. No back and forth. Alyssa did touch on this a little bit. We are working on rolling out adaptive components and features. I want to talk about this just for a minute because my first thought when they told me about this, I was like, our stuff has always been responsive. So what's the big deal? Adaptive is really nice because it's thinking specifically about what device you're using. So while things have always shifted, like the grid has always been responsive, you've always been able to use the grid on a small screen, things like this that match from a usability standpoint the screen size. Alyssa demoed, and you can see it here again with the color picker, right? You've always been able to use the color picker on your phone. It has always opened this drop down that will shift. But bringing it up from the bottom makes a lot more sense from a UX standpoint, right? That's where your thumbs are, down at the bottom of the screen. So this is more than just visually rearranging to fit elements into the space available. This is talking about what offers the best usability, what will make the smoothest experience, and that's what we're working to do. So we will be expanding that adaptiveness across all of our components throughout the rest of this year. We've seen some great examples. The grid stuff coming to KendoReact 2, I'll touch on that as well. That rolled out, I think, across all of our component libraries is the updates to the adaptive grid. But yeah, a couple other components as well, the toolbar, color picker, which you can see here, tab strip, action sheet, and the form, as well as some features, pop-up editing, column menu, paging, filter menu, and the column chooser / visibility piece. So all that functionality you'll see has this adaptive adjustment as well. So it's like good UX for free. It's great. That's not to love.
Yeah.
We also rolled out support for CSS variables in charts, which makes it even easier to adjust your colors, font sizes across all of your charts. Single variable change. This is one of those that is small and that there's not a lot of things to say about it, but it's a huge quality of life upgrade to be able to handle all of that in the variables. So 10 out of 10, glad to see that one. We also got a very exciting update in ThemeBuilder, which now offers AI theme generation, where you can generate a whole theme based on just a regular old natural language prompt. And in fact, we're going to go swap over and do a quick little demo.
Yes.
So, who doesn't love a demo? All right, Alyssa, here, I'm going to call on you. What should we theme? What do you want to see?
Like, can we do like an ocean fish theme? Is that a...
Absolutely. Yeah. So you'll see
for no
here.
reason at all.
Yeah, for no related reason. Let's do something ocean related. You'll see here there's an advanced settings option, which you can disregard, but I like to check. That lets you have a little control over the creativeness. So if you keep things on the little more ordinary, kind of conservative side, you'll get something that's a little less out there. I have cranked us all the way up because go big or go home, right? You can also specify whether you want this to be a light or a dark mode theme. And of course, you can generate both, save them as like, theme variations, export them all, make it super, super easy to toggle between light and dark mode in your app. Crank this up.
Oh, I see.
Ocean, beach, summer, water, fish, sailing. Generate. There we go. I was like, it never takes this long. Something is.
I know. I was like, that was so quick. Like.
So yeah, now we've got this very fun. I like how it adjusted, like the switch here, gave it this kind of different shape. We've got all these fun colors. All right, give me one more. Let's do one on something else. What do you think?
Ooh, like make a dark one where it's like bedtime.
Yeah.
Starry night. I don't know. I'm not sure how to.
Night, stars, moon. And I swapped it over to dark mode. Let's see what we get. Oh, nice. I like the glowing. That's good with stars. Clever. We get this light use of the drop shadow to make it look like it glows. That's fun. So this is available for you to go try now. You can have it, if you don't like what it shows you, you can reset it, or you can have it applied to your current, and then you can go in and fine tune. So if you've got something that's like 95% of what you want, but you're like, actually, I want to adjust this one small thing, you can still go in and do that. So
that's honestly really cool. I'm so glad you demoed it.
It's very fun. Our team worked very hard on it, and there's just going to be more and more of these kinds of updates coming. We joked a little bit about this being our AI-powered release, but it really is. There's so much cool stuff here and coming in the near future. So
we have a question that just rolled in about it. I don't know if you want me to let the team handle it or if you want me to like shout it out.
Ooh, what you got? I may or may not be able to answer it.
Michael was wondering if it would be able to recognize corporate palettes if you gave it starting colors.
Ooh. I haven't tried that. It certainly will if you give it general colors. So if you say, I want something that's, green and gold, it can do that for sure. I have not tried to input like specific hex codes or anything. So I'm not 100%.
I'm curious if you'd be able to like even just be like Progress, for instance, like I want Progress branded colors, and it like goes out like and finds them. I'm very curious if it could do that.
I will report back when we have an answer from the team. But I do know for sure you can give it forest green or, Barbie pink. And it is certainly able to. So I guess, yes, it knows Barbie, because I did do that. I generated a little Barbie theme earlier.
Oh
so
my God.
I recognized that brand.
Themed. Why did I do this? I wasted my shot. Okay.
I know. The Barbie movie was last summer, but but yeah, really cool. This one is technically a highlight that we got earlier, but I wanted to surface it in case you haven't had a chance to play with it. We do have Figma to HTML conversion now in the theme builder. So if you have a team that is working in Figma, say possibly with our Figma kits, but not required, if they were building custom components or kind of building block-esque things where you've combined multiple components into something bigger, like that login modal or something, you can now export those from Figma into Theme Builder, theme them with all the, get everything aligned, and get HTML. So especially handy, right? I mean, Angular is HTML based templates, right? So
Yep.
we are not, well, it doesn't like spit out React or Angular code. It gives you HTML that's super easy to adjust into whatever you're using, which makes it perfect. Multi-purpose, but again, very clever. Check the QR code there to see documentation, including like step-by-step, how to get that going, how it works. Super, super easy. And kind of along those lines, building block support. So again, we've talked a little bit about generating HTML Figma designs, right? So if you're using building blocks as well, you can get that in Theme Builder as well. So handy. If you're curious about what else is coming in 2025, we do have a roadmap that stays updated, so you can always check out what's new if you want more information about anything that I covered here today, or you're curious about what's coming. So scope the roadmap and keep an eye on everything new that we are making in Theme Builder. That said, I'm going to pivot and we're going to switch over into KendoReact mode. KendoReact free. In March, we made 50 plus of our components completely free. That includes the data grid, believe it or don't. So the brand new free tier is a great way for you to give us kind of an extended trial. If you need some of those very high powered enterprise components, are things like the editor, the spreadsheet, PDF uploader, all of the data visualization, the charts, and all that, that is still with KendoReact Premium. But if you're just looking to build a very simple app, if you're looking to get your feet a little wet with KendoReact, start playing around, this is a great way to get in on everything that we're about. And there is no, the components are exactly, like the 50 components that we have made for you are exactly the same. There is no difference in quality. So enjoy, have fun. I have linked there with the QR code. So it's a great way to have a little fun and get started. So for all of you trialists, check us out. Go ahead and start building something. And when you're ready to upgrade, all you have to do is add the license file. It is seriously the easiest thing in the world to go from an application that you built with free to an application in premium. And that's our goal, is to just make it easier, faster, smoother for everyone to start building with KendoReact and scale up as you need it. We have added brand new AI coding assistants specifically for Kendo components. So we're rolling it out this release for KendoReact and for Blazor. You will get this across the board very shortly. This ties in directly to things like Copilot. You also do have the opportunity to use it in agent mode. We have an MCP server that you can use if that's your preference. And I could talk about this all day, but I think it's going to be easier just to show you. So I pulled up here. I did a very quick start with Vite over here to roll up a brand new KendoReact app. I used our CLI to get started. So I've got basically, nothing, a boilerplate starter app. And if I want to ask Copilot, I can now start with @KendoReact. And you can see now I've got the KendoReact Code Assistant down here in the chat. So let's have it generate us, generate me a data grid with sorting and filtering. I always have to try not to include please. It feels very unnatural to not be like, please make me.
No, I always just say it. I just say the please.
Yeah. It feels very mean to be like, make me a data grid, but it is just a machine. And so now we can see I got back from our KendoReact coding assistant. Here is how to create sorting and filtering using KendoReact components. So you will get specific answers. This pulls from our documentation, from a lot of sample code that our engineers have loaded in. So that you are getting the best of the best information right here. It is got our docs, our APIs, our sample code, so you're going to get information that is correct and that is based in KendoReact, right? So we can see we have imported from the grid here, and I've got my grid perfectly set with sorting and filtering in a component that I can just drop in, export, and import wherever I need it. It then walks you through the way that it did it, which I think is an especially nice touch to be like, here's how this works. So I know vibe coding is all the rage, but I still kind of like to know what's happening in my components, why it did what it did, what's the best way for me to use them. And honestly, the breakdown here I think is especially powerful for our beginners. So if you've just picked up this library, if you're learning how our APIs work, if you're still kind of getting your Kendo sea legs, then this is a great way to kind of learn as you build, and to know that it's coming from our official sources. And again, you can switch over if you wanted to use it. You can just switch over to agent mode right here. I'm in VS Code, but yeah, it makes it just about as easy as it could possibly be. You can find us right by searching for this. It's also in all of our what's new stuff. We will be in the extension marketplace very soon. We're going through the approval process for that. So very soon in VS Code extension marketplace, you'll be able to add us. You can add it manually right now. And we have instructions for that in the documentation. So nothing stopping you from using it right now if you have a subscription license.
Awesome.
So just one more awesome AI powered thing for you to play with, hopefully to make your development a little bit easier, faster, and to help explain. Again, if you're learning, if you're new, if you're one of that huge chunk of trialists who responded to our poll, this is a great way to get the most out of your 30 days and really, really learn fast and build quick, all at the same time. So. Yep, this is a good kind of overview. You can see we've got it for Blazor and for Kendo UI. Right now KendoReact, but eventually, of course, everything. A breakdown of the way this works. So for us, we're looking at this right side. So if you're using it in the extension, you'll add KendoReact. If you're using it MCP server side as a tool there, it'll be KendoReact Assistant. So. And not done yet. We're still going. Like Taylor, we also got the Codemods CLI. So if you are, again, migrating, this is just a way to make things a little bit easier. Kind of walks you through, choose the source, preview changes, get a migration report. Migration is just one of those painful parts of life. I'm sure very soon this too will be AI automated, but for now, there's
dude, if honestly, if AI could handle just like dependency issues, I feel like what else do we need in life?
Yeah, I know. There's a tweet that's like, I don't need AI to make pictures. I need AI to do the dishes and the laundry. And I think about that all the time. Like that's what I want from a coding perspective. I want it to do
arms,
the coding equivalent of the dishes and the laundry, which is like modernization. So
I did want to mention there were a couple of people who were doing shout outs for jQuery. And so I just want to say, like, we are coming with the jQuery section, and the AI coding assistance will be available for many flavors. Right now, it's just rolled out for React and I believe Blazor on the .NET side.
Yeah.
Blazor. So, but the team is actively working on the other flavors as well. So.
Yes. We're anticipating next release, although don't put Don't you can blame that on me. But that's what I was told is like next release, you'll start to see these version out for other options.
Yeah.
So again, similar to Angular, these data grid updates were made kind of across the board. So KendoReact also got optimized virtualization in our data grid. So a nice performance boost there, reduce your boilerplate, improve your user experience, good things all across the board. I've talked for a while with all these demos, so I'm going to kind of zip through this. We also got some nice data grid improvements. So if you're in Next.js, V15 support, data source for integration with OData, fully adaptive, so the same kind of stuff that Alyssa demonstrated there with the editing kind of pop up there. We got that as well in KendoReact. Built-in PDF export, extremely nice. Built-in state management. So, and similar to ThemeBuilder, KendoReact also has a roadmap. So you can see always what's new, what's coming, what just came out, keep an eye on everything. And if you want to influence said roadmap, you do have the power, the technology. We genuinely want to hear your opinions on what we should build next, on what you're using, on what would be helpful, on other things that you are integrating with. You know, are you using Next? Are you using AI coding assistants? Where would you like us to focus our time? Because we are here to create tools that make your life easier. So if you heard anything that I said today and you had an opinion about it, a good opinion, a bad opinion, and I wish that didn't, I wish that went a little further. I wish it did XYZ opinion. Please tell us. The QR codes here will take you to our feedback pages. And yeah, if we're doing it well, tell us about it. If we're doing it bad, tell us about it. Maybe even more if we're doing it bad because we want to fix it. It's always nice to hear good things, but we really want to fix things that aren't working for you. Or if you are dying to have a new component.
We do have some of our devs live right now. So if
Yes.
you're, I know that this will be sent out as a recording, but if you're watching right now, you're with us here in person, send your questions, your comments, your concerns. Like,
Yep. We want to know.
I'm very excited. I'm very excited. It is now the time that we have all been waiting for. The Q2 2025 updates for jQuery. And jQuery got some hefty updates. Very excited to say. So let's dive into those. So jQuery now supports the built-in AI capabilities designed to elevate the user experience when interacting with components with the AI enhanced editor. And I think all of these, I do have the demo or the docs link to, just like I did with React. But then also some of these, I have some fun little GIFs. They also, in jQuery, got the adaptive UI enhancements with comprehensive adaptive rendering to improve usability across all of the screen sizes. And I love what Catherine said, because I love how you explained it, Catherine, with like I guess the differences between responsive and adaptive, because I very much was in the same boat where I was like,
we already did this. Yeah.
We are responsive. Yes.
We are, and we have always been, and we will always be responsive. So it's like, yeah, people are always like, what's the difference between UX and UI? And it is a thin line sometimes, but this is a really good example of it, right? UI is making sure everything fits on the page. UX is how easily can everyone use it, and we are upping our UX.
Well, it reminds me, Catherine and I recently did an accessibility stream, and it just reminds me of like layering, right? Like where you're constantly like improving and adding. So yes, adaptive UI enhancements. There is also an interactive PDF form now supports a robust form filling functionality, allowing users to complete PDF forms directly within your web app. And this was a much bigger form that I cropped it down. But if you want to go and play with the demo, demos.telerik.com, Kendo UI, and then it's inside of the PDF viewer. Also have adaptive mode for the pager that enhances responsive behavior across the different screen sizes. And yes, I think I have just 2 on this one, but go check out the pager if you want to play around with its adaptive mode. The action sheet has improved customization. It just offers more ways to tailor the user experience with 2 new customization features, opening and closing animations, which is very smooth. Reminds me of this conversation we're having about just kind of layering niceties on to make that UX just a little bit better. And in adaptive mode, the action sheet can now display smooth animations for opening and closing transitions, making them feel more fluid and responsive. But then also flexible action buttons. You can now control the orientation and the alignment of action buttons to better match your design needs. So yes, check those out under the action sheet docs in /animation. jQuery also got the updated material theme with support that now aligns with Google's latest Material 3 design guidelines as well. And then the OTP input new component, very similar to Angular. And then, Catherine, did React get this one? I don't remember if React got OTP. Maybe you already had it.
Don't think so.
Okay. I was gonna make the blanket statement. Everybody gets an OTP input. Apologies, didn't mean to make you feel left out. Fully customizable though, with its size, style, and format, and it can adapt effortlessly to any design. So check that out underneath Controls, OTP Input to get started. Another new component, the CharWizard component, has an intuitive interface that you can build custom charts in just a few clicks and even export them to PDF, SVG, or PNG file formats. And that one is underneath Controls as well, inside of ChartWizard. And then the new adaptive rendering feature that we've been talking about across the board allows components to dynamically adjust based on the screen dimensions. jQuery got those as well. I think this one is a different, I think the URL is a different demo than what I'm screenshotting, but check that out in the docs. And just like Catherine said, we are very anxious to hear feedback from you. If you have any requests for features on existing components that you're missing, or maybe you're just like really excited about the AI enhancements and you want to cheer the team on and for your particular flavor, send in feedback. You can also always reach us on all the platforms, just shout out to us, or if you're here today in person, you can send us your questions and comments. I did have the Angular blog post that I wanted to highlight, and then I think we're ready to go over to Vue. Yes, are we ready for some Vue time?
Yeah, Plumman's going to join us to go through all of what's new and exciting in the world of Vue.
Really quickly, one of the just want to show the cute, nice dog that I like from Alyssa. I keep it in my sweat all the time.
He like brings me so much joy. Thank you.
I'm not removing that from here.
Please never do.
One of the most important things that we did is a huge effort to migrate all our demos from the old options API. It's still available there in Vue to the new composition API. That is the new default in Vue 3, and in a bit I will show you what actually that means for our demos. We keep all the old options, but we decided due to a lot of requests from our customers to do all our demos with the new composition setup easy API. So that's a great new update. We also have new components. The breadcrumb that was also much desired from our customers. It's a cool new component, and also the heat map that was missing from our charts flavor. We also have cool, nice adaptive features to show. So I go on and list them really quickly. So if you don't know that, in Vue there were two types of API. The options, that is this one from the left, with something like object literal options for the components, and now we have the new script setup that is much clearer. You only import the button and then use it in the template. So this was much wanted feature. Everybody uses that. It's like a static definition, and we really wanted to add this to our demo so that we are up with all the new fashion in the Vue ecosystem. So it's already there. All our demos are updated. So that's a huge win for our team. The next thing that we have is a breadcrumb. It's a layout component that, as you know, can show the structure of the site. It was, by the way, one of the last components that we missed from our layout collection, and we wanted to complete it. So now you can do almost any layout with our layouts package. So it's easy to set up. You have the sizing, you have all the SVG icons, different delimiters. You can put any kind of delimiters. Also adaptiveness that can either shrink the items or put them on the next level. And just a cool new addition to our library. The next thing is the heat map. It's also known as a cluster heat map that shows two-dimensional data with different colors so that you can see which is the most used. And now you have it with an easy data binding and a few lines of code with Kendo UI for Vue. Now I will show you in a demo what are the cool new features there. Tooltip, crosshair as well, and different shapes, sizes. And yeah, I'll just go to the demos. The first one is related to the options and the composition API. This is how the new composition API looks. If you don't know Alyssa, I probably told you already, we have the template and the script, but the new thing is here, this one, that's like a sugar that the Vue team and even you created that just let you feel more comfortable in this space and just use, for example, one function that can after that be used in the templates. And for example, these countries are also just included there in the templates without the need to export them or do anything else with them. That's a cool, just a great way to communicate with the Vue framework. So you can check it sometime.
Nice.
This, for example, the buttons demo, it becomes much more clearer. You just import them and they are just working. Nice and easy. And here, let's go to the breadcrumb. I'll just go really quickly with all their demos and let's see. Oh, there with composition API too. What a surprise. So here is the appearance. We have the small, medium sizes, SVG icons, and for example, this structure that is with icons. It seems like a very small, detailed component, but it is a great pleasure to use it in your application without the need to add all these styles, all these details for the delimiters, for the arrows. It's just there and working for you. Maybe the nice thing here is to show the collapse mode. For example, we can put it to auto. And once we put it on a smaller screen, we just have more items or on a several yeah, they go on the next level, so you can have it there too. And here is our heat map. As you know, it's another nice component that is not easy to have. It's with the Kendo colors. You can also set the colors. You can set the X and Y fields for your data, and then show it in this option so that the data is visualized as you want it. We have the color shades that can be set nicely depending on your needs for the team. We have the different shapes here, triangles, rounded, for example, rectangles, and the default ones. The sizes that you can put for your needs. Also zooming. Here you can zoom all these heats. The tooltip is there for more information about each of the tile. And of course the crosshair. That's to easily see where is the dimension. And what else do I have? Yeah, I have also one left demo for the new adaptive mode things that we added. For lots of drop downs, we can set now something like provider that can put all of the components inside of it to the dimensions and the adaptiveness that you want. We can put different sizes of the screen so that the drop down either shows in the default mode or when we shrink a little bit to show easy for the tablet mode. And if we go even for the phone mode, it goes full screen, and then we can select what we want. It does for a lot of drop-down data input components. We improved a lot of the adaptiveness, and we go forward with all the other new updates there.
Thanks for hanging out with us, and I hope you learned something new and exciting. I hope you're excited, just as excited as we are about everything that we're creating. Have a good day.